All right, guys, so I'm on the way to the community, which is riveting entertainment for you. Let me tell you. Look, guys, you know, why did I take over the community maintenance? Why did I do that? Look, guys, some HOAs are just dysfunctional. And the problems are extensive. You know, so my property is a fourplex in a community of fourplexes. About 1,000 people live there, I calculate. Mostly everybody, 99% of them are renters. Okay, very few actual owners live there. You know, most of the owners are absentee landlords. They might live in a different city, they might live in a different state. Even the ones that live around here, they never participate in the HOA. All right? Now, what's the big deal? You know, hey, you know, the HOA can just, you know, go to hell, right? No, man. This community, if there's not someone doing the maintenance on a regular basis, it becomes an absolute dump. The junk that the people throw out into the alley, they damage the fence. They purposely damage the fence. They kick holes in it. They hit it with their cars. Just so many things. You know, the weeds grow like crazy. And you have to take care of that. Somebody has to take care of all of that. You have to do inspections. Make sure that, you know, that the owners don't let their properties become a junkyard. You can't let them have, let their renters have junk cars on their property. Just trash all over the place. You know, that's not why I bought property in that community. I didn't buy it so that it becomes a dump, so that it looks like a ghetto, a slum. That's not why I bought property there. But you know, a lot of the owners are just like that. They just don't care. They just don't participate. They don't want to. You know, the annual meeting is 1 hour once a year. At the last annual meeting, I was the only owner that showed up. No one showed up. No one showed up. There's like 50, 55 different owners, right? I was the only one that showed up. The level of apathy is epic, guys. It's epic. If you owned a property in a community and there's an HOA and you're forced to pay dues, wouldn't you at least go to the meeting to see what's up? It's 1 hour once a year, guys. You wouldn't go to the meeting, see what's up, vote, voice your concerns, run for office if you want? Nobody does it, man. Nobody does it. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, I don't know. Is it because of the part of the country where I live? I live in deep South Texas. Is that why? Or is it like this all over the place? You know, I'm sure that there's HOA apathy in a lot of different places, but this place has got to be among the worst. I mean, it's crazy, man. It is absolutely crazy. And you know, I'm just telling you, that community needs maintenance on a regular basis. Now, we have a management company. They're supposed to take care of that. They're supposed to take care of all these things, right? We pay them a fee and they're supposed to take care of it. They can't do it, guys. They cannot do it. They're unable to do it. You know, they hire unqualified people and pay them way too much to do the maintenance. They really do. And this management company, they brand themselves as unsurpassed professional community management. That's what they brand themselves as. Guys, don't believe the hype. Don't. That's corporate BS. There's a lot of corporations that just say stuff. They make up some words about how great they are, and that's their ethos, you know. Guys, that's just talk. That's just words. That is not action. And when I got involved in this HOA, I listened to other people. I let people talk. I let them, have their way. It didn't work out, guys. It didn't work out because everyone wants to sit around and talk. Nobody wants to get down to business and have some real action. I never thought I would take over the maintenance of a community. I never thought I would. I don't have a background in that. All right? I'm not a professional maintenance guy. I don't have a landscaping company or a fence building company or some type of maintenance I'm not a handyman. I'm becoming one. But little by little, more and more, because no one else wants to do it. It's crazy, guys. It's absolutely crazy. This management company, they would spend us into the dirt. They got us down 2023, they got us down to $5 in our account. $5. Because they're blowing all of our money, paying unqualified people to do this maintenance. I can do it cheaper and I can do it better. And I'm not even a professional maintenance guy. I'm not a professional management company. But, how can they be good stewards of your money? How can they? Why should they? The manager, he's in that position temporarily. He'll be there for a few years, maybe. And as soon as he gets a better job, a better paying job, he's gone. They don't care long term. Why should they? Why should they? Why should the company, the management company, care long term? As long as they get their payments. And it's very hard to change management companies. All the paperwork, all all the accounts to change. I've thought about changing management companies, but I just foresee a lot of chaos if I change management companies. So it's like better the devil you know than the devil you don't know. At least I know them. At least I know what they're going to do and what they're not going to do. At least I know. Go with someone else. Yeah, there's other management companies that are probably better. But I don't know if I can deal with the chaos of the change. And there's no one to help me. No other owner will step up to help me. At all. Most of them are absolutely silent. And the ones that do speak up, all they want to do is talk. But yeah, so the management company is spending money in the most inefficient way possible. Now, according to Milton Friedman, the famous economist, I think he was an economist, right? He said there's 4 ways to spend money. You spend money on yourself, your money on yourself. The money that you earn, you spend it on yourself, right? That's the most efficient way to spend money because you had to suffer to earn that money, and you're going to spend it on. So you want to get yourself a good deal. You want to get the best deal possible for the money. Spending your own money on yourself, and then you could spend your own money on someone else, right? You're still going to be careful because you had to earn the money, but let's say like it's a gift or something. You get them a gift. You kind of you may or may not care what you get them. That's less efficient than spending your own money on yourself. Spending your money on someone else is less efficient. And there's spending someone else's money on yourself. So someone else had to earn the money, right? They suffered. You didn't have to suffer. So you get like free money and you spend it on yourself. You're still kind of careful because you want to get something good for yourself. But, you didn't have to suffer to earn the money. So that's not that big a deal. The most inefficient way to spend money is to spend other people's money on other people. And that is what the HOA management company does. They spend your money on you. So they didn't earn that money, right? They didn't, and they're not spending it on themselves. They're spending other people's money on other people. Very, very inefficient. No wonder things go wrong. No wonder. It's human nature, guys. Everything goes back so much to human nature. What are the incentives, right? What are humans most likely to do? Humans are most likely to take the easiest route, right? We normally do that. A lot of people just can't think long term. They're not in it for the long term. These community managers, even property managers, why should a property manager care about your property like you do? Why should they? How can they? It's all human nature, guys. It's all common sense. It's all human nature. I should have known this before, but when I bought property there, I thought I just paid my dues and things got done and I didn't have to worry about it, right? I was wrong. I was so wrong. So I had to get heavily involved with the HOA, either that or sell my property. And I like to think long term. I think holding on to property for as long as possible usually is a good financial decision. But, I can't also let the community fall apart in the meantime. Anyway, it's not all bad. I do get paid for doing this. I'm my own boss. I tell myself what to do and when to do it and how long to do it. I decide how much my labor is worth. I submit an invoice and it gets paid. So in a way, this is kind of the best job I've ever had in my life. Even though I never wanted it. You guys, you never know. You never know what is going to fall into your lap. You don't know. You don't know. A lot of things, if you just keep your eyes open and you just keep your mind open, a lot of things will fall into your lap. The previous community manager, he never imagined that I would take over the maintenance of the community. He never imagined that. And I didn't imagine that either. I did not imagine that. But by the time I took it over, by the time I figured this out, that I needed to do it, he let us go broke. We went broke. And there was so much maintenance in the community that just didn't get done. I started so far behind. I've spent the last couple of years trying to catch up. And, but I just kept my mind open and I thought outside of the box. I thought, how can we do this? How can we do the maintenance in a cost-effective way? An efficient, good, cost-effective way. And the only thing I could come up with, I need to do it myself. I need to do it myself. That's what they say, guys. A lot of times, if you want to get something done right, you got to do it yourself. And that is so true in so many ways. And I guess I should end the video. I should end the video with that, guys. All right, take care.